woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart.
You're a slut.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 197th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are brought to you in part by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. For a caffeine-free energy burst with productivity and mood enhancement, go to happyhippoherbals.com today and get your hands on the best kratom around. It is Friday, February 2nd, 2018. It is the eve of Super Bowl 52. Of course, me being here in Philly, a lot of excitement around these parts. People are excited about the Super Bowl. I think the Patriots are like 4.5 point favorites or something like that. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I think the Patriots pull it out. Either way, I'm not going to be surprised at whoever wins. The only outcome that I would be surprised by if it's a blowout in either way. If the Eagles blow out the Patriots, I'll be surprised, but I'll be very happy. The Atlanta Falcons damn near blew out the Patriots last year, and then, of course, Tom Brady decided to be Tom Brady, and the rest is history. We are simulcasting, broadcasting, multicasting on 2 YouTube channels, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Instagram is where I have my pre-show Q&A, so be sure to jump in on that. Usually lasts for about 10 or 15 minutes before I go live. So be sure to jump in on that. The Sharpe Reality, no spaces, all one word, is where you guys can find me on Instagram. Listen, I charge $60 an hour for consultations, okay? Pre-show Q&A, nothing is off limits. We talked about testosterone replacement therapy. We talked about HGH. I've actually started HGH. For those of you who are, I started HGH about a week ago. And I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about it. I'm about a weekend. I should probably start to feel the difference probably this time next week. I could not be more excited. I'm 40 years old. I've never looked better. But I'm 40, right? So, I want to feel better. The old body is not what it used to be. I've got a bad left shoulder, a bad right elbow, 2 bad knees, and I lift heavy, but Father Time is definitely catching up with me, so I'm going to try to stave him off for as long as I can. You can support the show via Super Chat, or you can contribute through my donation link, my contribution link, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe, streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe. Be Real says HGH is good for the pecker. I've heard that. Listen, man, I'm not hurting in the dick department. I'll just put it to you that way. If HGH really is that good for the pecker, if it makes your dick shrink, then I'm going to have to hire an agent and become a porn star. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys I have a 30-inch dick, but I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting below the belt. That's for sure. 100% of your donation goes to the show by going through my donation link, streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe. I never mind if you donate through Super Chat. Shout out to Carlos Jean with the $9.14 Super Chat. Just says passing through. Was in O'Shea's live stream. Hashtag respect. Hashtag proud patron. Carlos Jean, another longtime contributor of mine. I always appreciate, and this is the thing, man. Like Bob in Sacramento, I gave him another shout out because he donated again another $40. But he pointed something out to me that I'd been neglecting. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys who regularly donate $2, $3, $5. You guys are, and listen, don't get me wrong, I definitely appreciate guys like Carlos Jean. He definitely he's definitely $19.14. Correction. Carlos Jean definitely hooks a brother up, supports the show. But I'm telling you guys who donate $2, $3, $5, and listen, man, I know you guys aren't rich, man. I know sometimes you guys just your last few bucks, you give it to the show. I appreciate that, man. Like, you guys are the reason that I'm still on the air. I appreciate Bob in Sacramento, but it cannot be overstated how important you guys are. You know, the Tony Davises, the Paul Sanabrias of the world, Jamaican Peppa, right? Rob Cruz, right? Like those guys. Freelance Ronan, the Mod Squad. I greatly appreciate you guys for your super chats. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $100, man. It all helps. It is all the same. And and listen, man, we're damn near at episode 200. I wouldn't be here without you guys. That's just all there is to it. Well, let's get to it. The subject at hand. A lot of niggas, a lot of bitches out here hating on your boy, guys. I catch a lot of hate. I catch a lot of heat for a lot of different reasons. I'm only going to point out a few of them today. But it would seem that especially lately, and lately I've been catching a lot of heat from black men and black women. And listen, a byproduct of that is that my show is increasing my show is increasing its profile, right? I'm getting more followers, more subscribers. I'm almost at 7,400 subscribers. I'm growing a lot faster. I'm growing a lot faster than I expected. Shout out to KG Stinkmeter with the $2 super chat. Says, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. But I've been catching a lot more heat lately. And like, I'll go in and I'll read you guys some of the comments that I've been getting from these niggas and these hating ass bitches out here. I'm actually going to pull it up on my iPad. I'm going to read them a little bit later, but I want to make sure. And I get a lot of passive aggressive hate. Like, I get a lot of, well, I agree with what you're saying, but white girls do it too, right? Like, we hear that stuff all the time. So I've got it queued up. I'll read those. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to point out 4 of the biggest reasons that black men and black women stay hating on Donovan Sharpe. Yes, I referred to myself in the third person. Oh my God, Donovan, you're a cocky motherfucker. Yes, I am. I have a good reason to be. Shout out to 18 Wills with a $5 super chat. Says, how long have you been doing YouTube blogs? He said, I just asked because you were really good at what you do. I've been at this since May of last year, I think. May of last year is when episode 1 of TSR Live came out, if I'm not mistaken. So I've been at this for a little over a year. I've actually written for far longer than a year. I started writing in the Manosphere back in 2013 for Return of Kings and Roosh. And then about a year and a half ago, O'Shea Duke Jackson contacted me, and we have formed a partnership, man. We're a match made in heaven, dude. I have helped, man. He's helped me more than I can ever appreciate. He's one of the main reasons why I am where I am. Yes, listen, I got the talent. I had to put in the work. Nobody gave me anything, but O'Shea pointed out a lot of things that helped me along the way. So shout out to Freelance Ronan. Supervillain 100 says, fuck these niggas and these hoes. Love it. Cupcake Larry says, you've corrected many of your mistakes while many others haven't started correcting theirs. Listen, you guys I love it. You guys are already answering the question. FE25, they hate you because they ain't you. God damn, man. Like, there y'all go, man. There y'all go. Man. Oh, wait, I guess I shouldn't have gave that away, should I? Part of the reason they hate me, and I'm going to get to that later. Nutso357 says, hello, Donovan. Nutso357 says, what is Donovan? Maybe he wanted to say, what's up, Donovan? Peter Parker says, what's up, Donovan McNabb? I don't know what that means. Fast Attack Duff says, black man here, don't hate you at all. No, I agree. Hey, listen, I appreciate it. Ornell Water says, this is going to be a good show. So yeah, let me go ahead and get to it. Let me stop running my mouth. I'm going to give you guys the 4 biggest reasons why black men and black women stay hating on your boy. Reason number 1. I advocate accepting reality instead of bitching about it. A while back, I wrote an article called on Negromanosphere called Why Black People Should Stop Expecting White People to Care About Our Problems. And I pointed out in that article that, yes, it sucks that we get shot and killed. Yes, listen, yes, a lot of these shootings are unfounded, right? But I catch hate. I catch a lot of hate and heat from black men in particular for pointing out that I try to avoid these situations, right? One dude put a clip. I will never forget this, man, and I'm still mad about this bullshit. One dude, and I'm not gonna say this nigga's name because he is a man. He is your. Let me just calm myself down here. He is one of these garden variety, basic ass, run of the mill ass niggas who has a YouTube channel where he puts his phone in his car and he just talks to niggas, right? Like, bruh, it takes you no effort to do that. Anyway. And yes, he's got like 5,000 subscribers. This nigga sucks. Fuck him. Fuck him with the sickest one. Anyway, this nigga puts a clip of me. Like, he cut out a clip of me talking to O'Shea, talking about what I do to avoid run-ins with the law. And the name of this particular video was Please Pray for This Lost Brother. So, talking about this nigga would have people believe that talking about being on my P's and Q's, and just to give you guys a quick review, when I drive, I make sure that all my I's are dotted, all my T's are crossed. I make sure my license is up to date, registration. I make sure my brake lights work because, dude, if you're black in this country, you know cops will pull your ass over for any reason, especially if you got a white girl in the car. You kidding me? Oh, that nigger's got a white girl. Oh, look at that. His tail light is that. Let me go ahead and pull him over. And for y'all white people out there that are getting offended by this, listen, man, listen, deal with it, man. This is what we go through, right? So if you feel offended by this, I'm not sorry. I'm not going to sit here and apologize. This is what happens, right? You got a white girl in the car. White cops don't like niggas driving around with white girls in the car. It's just how it is. You can tell me, well, I know a cop. Nah, nigga. Like, this is how it is. This is how it is, right? Just because, and you have to understand, just because a white cop doesn't like a black man riding around with a white girl, that doesn't make him racist, right? You have to understand that just because white people don't like one thing that black people do or say doesn't make him a racist, right? A lot of racist cops out there, him being offended or whatever by seeing a black dude riding around with a white girl, that doesn't make him racist. That just gives him an inferiority complex. Anyway, getting back on track. So I went on O'Shea's show. Manuel Gomez says Mexicans have to deal with that too. You are not lying. When I was out west, God, I'm all over the place. Quick story. When I was out west in Las Vegas, I never got pulled up. Well, I never got pulled over once. I got pulled over in Reno behind some bullshit, right? But I never got pulled over once, and I started to ask myself why. Dude, in Las Vegas, Southern California, they're not after niggas. They're after Mexicans, dude. So I was safer out there. But in the American South, oh yeah, they're looking to string niggas up. And they use the court system and they use their badge to do it. You better fucking believe it. So, to avoid having to go through this kind of stuff, what I did is I went on O'Shea's show and I said, listen, man, I make sure all my I's are dotted and all my T's are crossed, right? But that's part of the reason why I caught the hate. A big reason that I caught the hate is because I talked about not wearing clothing that would draw negative attention from law enforcement. And that's what they say they have a problem with. These niggas think shit like, well, we shouldn't have to do this shit. And they're right. I should be able to ride around town with a wife beater on and a backwards ball cap, right? Listen, this is America. But guys, that is not the reality. This is not the reality, man. If I'm riding with my girl, my girl is she's a blonde-haired, card-carrying white girl, man. If I pass by a fucking police, if I'm in the American South, and if I'm in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and I ride by a cop, right? And I sold my car, and the kind of car that I used to drive, right? If I ride by a cop and I got a fine-ass white girl in the seat, you don't think he's thinking, I need to pull this guy over. You don't think he's looking for one reason. Let me see if he comes to a complete stop. Oh, nope, he didn't stop all the way. Turn on the lights. Oh, his registration is 2 days past due. Oh, his inspection is overdue. Oh, his taillight is out. Guys, they're looking for any reason at all. They call me, and again, we should not have to do this shit. We shouldn't have to check our taillights when we drive all the time. But this is the hand we are dealt, right? I remember the girl that I always talk about, Melissa, right? The fuck friend that I really, really like. I remember we were getting ready to drive to Nevada City, California, right? Just outside of Grass Valley. I don't know if you guys know where that's at. It's in Northern California. It's probably it's about 2 hours, 2 hours west of Reno. Anyway, I remember I got to her house that morning and I brought a brand new taillight by Sylvania. And she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm changing out your taillight." She's like, "No, I said, no. I said, "I'm a black man and I'm driving with a white girl and the taillight is out. If we want to get there on time, I need to change this out." She could not understand for the life of her what I was talking about, nor should she. She's not a black man. Like, I get that. Jeff A. Salcera says, "Does she have a nice big ass?" No, I don't like shelf booty. Like, get out of that. Chase LeBeau says, "Parts of George is the same way." Oh, of course, dude. Of course. Anyway, these niggas out here who hate on me, they call me a sellout. They call me an Uncle Tom. They call me a coon because I'm not trying to be a martyr, right? Because I'm not willing to get my ass shot to make a point. I'm the sellout, right? If you guys have ever seen the movie The Life of David Gale, it's one of the most Kevin Spacey, Laura Linney, The Life of David Gale. What they did is they staged a murder, right? David Gale had sex with a woman, and then I think she was dying of cancer. Then he suffocated her, right? They videotaped it. She basically killed herself, like she suffocated herself. Well, he was found guilty of the murder and was sentenced to death or whatever. But then they released the video. And the lawyer came out and said, "Look, man, like, okay, so he pointed out a flaw in our system. David Gale lost his life because he was trying to prove a point. I am not that nigga. I am not out here trying to get shot by cops and saying, see, with a fucking bullet hole in my neck, see, guys, this is some fucked up shit. I ain't trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm the sellout because I'm trying to avoid the law. Nigga, fuck y'all. And the nigga who made that video, nigga, fuck you. This nigga said, "Oh, Shay, if you ever have him on my show, please send him the link." Nigga, you don't want these problems, bruh. Sitting in your fucking punk ass car making videos like everybody else. The fuck out of here. Let me just calm my ass down. Shabazz 1970, good to see you in here. V for Velian, get the likes up. Absolutely. Reason number 2, and this is a big one. Trayvon Martin. This is a hot button issue with a lot of black people. And rightfully so. And I know that this is a slippery slope with you guys. And I know a lot of you guys out there feel very strongly about this, as you absolutely should. Shout out to Chip Rolla with the $4 donation. He says, "I work at the gym and I interact with a lot of women sometimes. I get the eye from some of them. How should I holla at the ones that give me eye contact or converses with me?" I will answer that in just a second. Well, actually, I'll answer that right now, and then I'll get back to it. If a girl makes extended eye contact with you, like if you make eye contact with a girl and she looks away, she's not interested. But if you guys are walking and she keeps and holds eye contact, the difference between a man and a boy is a man will immediately walk up to her and introduce himself. That's the difference. Don't let the opportunity pass by. Show her that you have balls. If you make eye contact, "Hi, I'm Donovan." That's how you should approach that. Shout out to my man Kevin Ibanez with the $7 donation via the PayPal link. Appreciate that, guys. You guys are very generous, man. Like I said, Kevin Ibanez, by the way, I met him in DC. Like, I met him up close and personal. He and I had a very I talked to him for about 45 minutes to an hour. Talked about his uncle, things of that nature. Anyway, Trayvon Martin, right? So this is another, and O'Shea and I, we talk good luck. We talk all the time. Actually, missed a phone call from him. I fucking dozed off on the couch and missed a phone call from him. Anyway, this is something else that I've talked to O'Shea about. And O'Shea is very diplomatic about this stuff. But anytime I point out the fact, me specifically, that Trayvon Martin was not an angel, that he wasn't some law-abiding, upstanding citizen, I catch a lot of heat, guys. This is when I get called a sellout, the coon, the Uncle Tom, the race traitor. Let's get one thing straight, guys. Trayvon Martin absolutely should not have been killed. Now, I may have said before on O'Shea's show that Trayvon Martin was complicit in his own death. I've had more than one person tell me that I said that. And guys, listen, I'm man enough to admit that I was wrong for saying that if I said that. I got caught up in the moment and I said something stupid. There is no excuse for that, but that's what happened. Trayvon Martin did not cause his own death. That's my bad. So I'm on the air and I'm willing to admit that I said some shit that I shouldn't have said. I'm not going to double down on some dumb shit. However, let's not paint these victims, like I said, as law-abiding, upstanding citizens. I give you Exhibit A, Michael Bennett, the Michael Bennett situation in Las Vegas. And this shit pisses me off, man. I can't even tell you. Michael Bennett is a fucking fraud-ass nigga. Like, this nigga had man, let me just calm down, man. This nigga, if you guys remember, Michael Bennett was the football player, defensive end for the Seattle Seahawks. He was pinned down by the Las Vegas cops, and he's like, oh, what did I do? Blah, 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 blah. They released him. Then this fucking fraud-ass nigga went out there and wrote some long letter talking about I was treated unfairly by the Las Vegas cops, and this shouldn't have happened, and this is the problem with America. Okay. The Las Vegas Police Department stood pat and said, you know what? We're going to put out the information as we see fit. A few days later, we see footage of Michael Bennett sneaking in behind slot machines. The shooting had already happened, right? They apprehended him because they thought that he may have been involved in a shooting, right? Okay. They showed the videotape, the security, and I don't know what fucking, it looked familiar, but whatever. It was in a casino. This nigga was sneaking around the casino, like ducking in behind slot machines. And when an officer saw him, he told him stop. Michael Bennett ran out the goddamn door, man. This is what I'm talking. That, man, like, dude, like, that was fucked up for him to do, man. To have us all think that he was completely innocent, just an innocent bystander, and they just took him down because he was a big black man. That was some fraudulent fucking shit for him to do, man. Fuck that nigga, man. Like on the strength, man. Like, that was some bullshit. He had us all out here thinking that he was treated unfairly. Wrote this long epitaph. It was all eloquently worded. Man, when I saw that fucking video, man, I'm gonna tell you what, guys. Dude, my blood boiled, man. Man, I was pissed. Michael Bennett is a fucking fraud. Fuck that nigga. Like, fuck him. To relate that to the Trayvon Martin situation, Trayvon Martin, but he did not deserve to die. But let's not pretend that he was some innocent bystander. George Zimmerman should not have killed him. He took it too far. Listen, obviously, he should be in prison. But guys, there's no need to kill a fly with a sledgehammer, gentlemen. What happened to Trayvon Martin was wrong. But there's no need to paint these victims as saints. Let's take Michael Brown, for example. Ferguson, Missouri, right? We all remember that. Michael Brown wasn't just walking down the street minding his own business when Officer Darren Wilson just jumped out of his cop car and shot him for no reason. There were extenuating circumstances to the situation. I think they said that Michael Brown had assaulted somebody. I don't know. I'm not here to debate those facts. I'm not getting into that, right? And the reason I'm not going to do that is because people on both sides can paint whatever picture they want people to see. But it's the same with Trayvon Martin, man. Again, he should not have been killed, man. George Zimmerman should be rotting in prison as we speak. But black men act like fucking females when anybody points out that maybe, just maybe, Trayvon Martin wasn't a choir boy. That maybe Trayvon Martin did or said some shit that may have provoked George Zimmerman. Again, that doesn't mean he should have been killed. I want to point that out again because I know niggas watching this will gloss over that fact. There goes that nigga Donovan Sharpe. Trayvon Martin. No. But Trayvon Martin wasn't just walking down the street singing church hymns on his way to his father's house when George Zimmerman ambushed and shot him, man. And that's what that nigga said when he was talking about me, right? Like he said, well, George Zimmerman, like Trayvon Martin was up the street buying some, she was going to his father's house. So, I don't give a fuck. The fuck out of here. I hate niggas that do this, man. It's never just black and white, guys. Anytime anyone points out that guys like Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin weren't these little angels, weren't these little saints, people like me get called names. There's no need to canonize these fucking victims to make their assailants any more guilty. George Zimmerman should be rotting in jail regardless. I don't care if Trayvon Martin was shouting obscenities to Zimmerman and egged him on. Zimmerman did not need to kill him. He shouldn't have. I don't care if Trayvon Martin was a fucking thug just out of prison with fucking tattoos. I don't give a shit. Zimmerman's crime would not be it would be just as egregious. Making these guys martyrs and saints is not only intellectually dishonest, it's irresponsible. And anytime guys like me say, okay, people killing unarmed black men and getting away with it, that is a problem. But maybe it's on us to make sure that we don't put ourselves in that situation. Listen, guys, sometimes there are things that are just outside of our control. I get it, man. Eric Garner, the I Can't Breathe guy, right? Freddie Gray, right? Those are fucked up situations. I get it. But taking the responsibility completely off the victim is irresponsible. What we are teaching our young men is that, you know what? The world is fucked up. You don't have to watch what you do or say around police officers. You don't have to take extra care not to get your ass shot because that's not the way it's supposed to be. No, nigga. You sit down, you have a fucking conversation with your sons, man. Listen, let them know this isn't the way it is. You're 14 years old. Cops don't see you as a 14-year-old boy. They see you as a man, so they are going to treat you like one. The world is a very cruel place. There are police officers out there who would love nothing more than to put a bullet in your head. You need to make sure that you don't give them a reason to. Nah, but I'm the sellout because I voiced that opinion. Fuck y'all. Hate those niggas, man. And that nigga knows exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. And he's more than welcome to come on the show if he wants to. If he can get out of his fucking car with his fake ass hand tattoos. Nigga, fuck you. Oh my God. Let me calm the fuck down, man. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Donovan_Sharpe. Add me on Facebook, TSR Live with Donovan Sharpe. Or you can add me on my personal page, Donovan Sharpe. The Sharpe Reality, no spaces, all one word, is where you can find me on Instagram. For the Sharpe Reality archive, you can find that on SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, the Google Play app on your mobile device. Shout out to Free Speech for a Black Man. Good to see you in here. For all things Donovan Sharpe, go to donovansharpe.com. You can find my articles, the entire archive of the Sharpe Reality, all now 197 editions of TSR Live. Got some changes in the works coming up for the show. We're going to change some of the graphics, some of the colors, change some of the backgrounds for episode 200. I try to keep things fresh. Guys, sign up for the TSR newsletter. I send it out every week. Keep up with the show. Absolutely. The second half of TSR Live is brought to you in part by 1821 Man-Made. Guys, I'm on air every night. My beard game has to be tight. You guys know this. You guys can see my beard. My beard looks good all the time. Had somebody call me out for my fucked up beard game the other night, so I knew I had to do something about it. I do these. I tighten up my beard with products from 1821manmade.com. Guys, I'm here to tell you, they are the best beard products I have ever used. Period. Listen, I've used a lot of different beard products, man. These guys are the best. Listen, I'm going to warn you, it's not the cheapest stuff out there. It's not going to make you broke, but it ain't cheap. And the reason why it's not cheap is because it works. If you guys are looking to take your beard game to the next level, you need to go to 1821manmade.com for all of your beard and grooming provisions. 1821manmade.com. Don't take any wooden nickels. Let's go to the towers. See who else is in the house. My temperature, my body temperature going back and forth here. I think I'm going through some sort of menopause or whatever. MT and a bunch of numbers says, when you got niggas hating on you, you're doing something right. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Loyalty squared. What's going on? Fast Attack Tough says, just in time for my crazy drive home from work. Miami Jays has been using Kratom for a while, but tried Happy Hippo for the first time yesterday. It's the best I've had yet. Listen, Happy Hippo's the shit, man. I'm here to tell you guys. I'm here to tell you. Razor Edge 8888 says, if the Eagles win, Philadelphia will be shut down. I agree. It gets fucking crazy out here, man. It gets crazy. Caleb Campbell says, it's okay. Simpson Hose got the most to say. All I got to say is don't settle for trash. Straight up. Dago Silverback says, HGH takes about a month or so to kick in. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Robbie says, just moved to DC. Black girls here can be very rude when you approach them. Didn't see much of this in Texas. Yeah, that's because there's niggas all over the place. Brian Washington with this $2 super chat. Appreciate that. He says, I'll raise a shot at Jack Daniels to you, Donovan. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Shout out to Steesley with the $5 donation via the PayPal donation link. I appreciate that, my friend. Steesley says, sellout in Black America equals anyone black who is successful and or against the grain in some way, shape, or form. Trayvon Martin was on top of Zimmerman. That's been established by both eyewitness accounts as well as forensic proof of how Zimmerman shot him. That's what I'm saying, man. Like people want to act like these niggas out here want to act like Trayvon Martin was on his way to Bible study when George Zimmerman just jumped out of the bushes and shot him. Right? Zimmerman should not have killed Trayvon Martin. But again, let's not act like Trayvon Martin was some sort of hero or saint, man. Like, man, that is some... I hate that shit, man. It is disingenuous. I hate that shit. Good comment there, Steesley. Thank you for the $5 donation. Appreciate that. V. Fravellian says, people are mad they don't have their shit together, Donovan. When they see a man like you who has shit down, they get flushed with anger and hate. I'm going to point that out later. Anti-Gravity 74 back in the house with the $5 super chat. Says, been on vacation. Good to be back. Welcome back to Anti-Gravity 74. I can say her name right for whatever reason. I was saying 1974. Good to see you back, AG74. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. What's up to my man, Kevin Samuels? Good to see you in here as usual. Dr. Mofongo says that's easy because you don't sound or act like an asshole. Yeah, read nigga. Oh, ETF42 says, I've been listening to your podcast since day one, November of 2016. Well, there we go. Okay, well, goddamn, what did I say? May of 2016? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yes. So I started this in November of 2016. You know, the funny thing is, that is exactly when O'Shea contacted me. Was in 2016, man. So O'Shea recognized very quickly that I'm good at what I do. And if anybody, like, go back to my archive, guys. Go back to episode 1. It was all audio, no video. And I remember when I decided to show my face. I remember it was Labor Day 2017, and since then my show has absolutely taken off. Listen, O'Shea said, "Look, dude, you got to show your face. That's the way to grow." And I'm glad. So shout out to ETF42 for knowing more about my own show than I do. V for Valiant, you guys are starting to be clairvoyant. Says, as for the women who hate you, they probably just want you. Yet their own sexual value is so low that they know they'll never get a high value male. By the way, guys, V for Valiant is a teenager. I think V for Valiant is like 15, 16 years old, 17 at the most. Gotta get him young. Gotta get him young. Charles Merchant in the motherfucking house. KJ Sneak Meter says they mistake your preparedness for making excuses. If you're black in this country, you better prepare. You better be prepared for the bullshit. I agree, guys. Listen, man, dude. Like, man, I've been called names. I've been called all this shit since I was a fucking teenager, man. Like, when I became a civilian back in 1993, 94, when my mom sent for us in North Carolina, that was the very first time I had ever been a civilian. Up until then, everyone I knew on military bases talked and sounded just like I did. Mexican people, Asian people, we are all raised on military bases. So I get out in the real world, Durham, North Carolina, right? And I start talking and people look at me like, dude, where the fuck did you come from? Like, why do you talk like that? It was unbelievable. Dude, man, I was called names. I was getting into fights. And by the way, I won every fight I was in high school. By the way. Every one. Fuck them niggas too. But those niggas wish they were me too. Kaleem Denmark says, typical pro-black feminist rhetoric. These pro-black motherfuckers, man. Loyalty Squared says, that happened to us working in Mississippi for work, and we had to prove to these two white cops that we were just co-workers. And I had never been back since. You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it. Down in like the deep south? Dude, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, northern South Florida, that's a different dude. South Florida may as well be, northern Cuba, right? But North Florida, yeah, that's basically southern Georgia. Tallahassee, Gainesville, that area. Charles Merchant says pro-blacks are just trying to prove they are still slaves. All right. Full circle. Good to see you in here. A black says Trayvon Martin issue. I didn't know there was an issue. John Paul says they hate on you because you keep it 100. Man, it just sucks to get friendly fire, man. Like this nigga says, another ignorant black intellectual. Nigga, I don't consider myself to be a black intellectual. Nigga, I'm just red-pilled, man. I'm trying to improve men's lives. I'm not here for the black community. I'm here for the male community. The fuck out of here. Man, honestly, dude, I wish I could say this nigga's name on air, but I don't want to give him that kind of shine. Oh my God, dude. Typical ignorant ass nigga, man. Jeff Salcero says, time for another anger management session. Yes. Yes, it is. I had one on Wednesday. It might be, and I got one scheduled for this coming Wednesday. Man, I can't even be mad at that. Oh, that shit gets me heated. Oh, that shit gets me fucking heated. Salzero pulled my card on that one, man. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. John Paul says it's called self-accountability. Listen, guys, and this is the same with women. Women are all the time talking about rape culture and this and that and the other. No more. It's on us. Look, dude. Back in October of 16, about a year and a half ago, I locked my bike up at a Walmart in a bad part of town. When I got done shopping at the Walmart, my bike was gone. They cut my bike lock, left it there for me to see, and took my bike. Was I pissed off? You're goddamn right I was pissed off. Was the bike thief any less guilty? Of course he was. But guess what, guys? I shouldn't have locked up my bike there. I should have driven. I shouldn't have even stopped there. Part of that responsibility is on me, right? If you're a black man and you get out of your car, if a cop accosts you and you get out of your car and you start making threatening behaviors, guys, they are going to put you down, as they should. That's what happens. So if you find out that black male XYZ gets shot, oh, another unarmed black man shot. Really? Well, look at on the police video. He actually came at the police officer. Like, you don't do that, man. Self-accountability, man. Freelance Ronin says, problem with the black community is that they try to step on, shame, and trash positive, honest building black men, but will always co-sign fuckery, drug dealers, gangbangers, etc. I agree. Hayashida with the $5 super chat says, good shit on beating everyone's ass in high school. Do you think all men should learn a martial art? Yes. 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 The father of my ex-girlfriend, or the father of my ex-wife, Darcy's father, I remember one thing he said that all boys over the age of 18, like all boys after high school, should be required to join the military for 2 years. And I agree with that, right? Man, save the political bullshit. If every man was required to join the military for at least 2 years, I'm telling you, man, well, I don't know, maybe the military back then, the military these days is basically a pussy factory, right? But like the military, that's my one great regret. I should not have gone to college out of high school. I should have joined the military. If I joined the military, guys, dude, my life would be very different. I'm glad my life took the turn that it did, but dude, I went through a lot of unnecessary bullshit because my father didn't teach me shit. Mr. Sharpe didn't teach me anything. Didn't teach me how to shave. Didn't teach me how to throw a curveball. Not gonna sit here and feel sorry for myself. A lot of men out there had it a lot worse than I did. But I did not have a father who was interested in teaching me how to be a man. The military would have cured that. Not cured it, but it would have given me an idea. So, an idea in terms of how to be a man. ETF 42 dropping that wisdom. You were always the most important person in your life. Totally agree. Nathan Francis says, Donovan, you are straight up the man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Good shit. Good shit. Jamaican Peppa, good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. Be Real is ex-military. Very good. Oh, no. Lorenzo Davis just said dilly dilly. No. Lorenzo, don't you ever say any shit like that on me, man. Like, fuck that. That dilly dilly bullshit is like, oh my God. I can't stand that shit. Dilly dilly. Ay. I don't get it. Maybe I'm the one that's not in on the joke, right? Like, maybe I don't get it. But this dilly dilly thing, like, it's gone too far. Like, everybody says it now. I'm just, ay. V. Fravellian says, I believe in fighting and guns. Totally agree. Charles Faulkner Jr., shout out with the $5 super chat. He says, it should be a rite of passage for a boy to learn how to fight in hand-to-hand combat and join the military, among other things. I agree 100%, man. Hayashida Hay says, I'm debating on learning kickboxing or goju or gojuri. Karate, my last school wasn't that good. All right, I don't want to make this a fighting podcast. Let's get to the last two reasons why black men and black women stay hating on your boy. Number 3, I am congruent. Now, this first half is for the bitches, right? These bitches out here, they wish I were fat and ugly, right? Listen, these bitches wish, these black women out here wish that I were ignorant and didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. These bitches wish they didn't want to suck my dick, but they do, and that's what pisses them off, man. Listen, guys, it would be different if I were some ugly-ass, fat-ass nigga living with his mama, sitting around talking shit all day, because then they could discount what I say, and rightfully so. Like, what can I tell people about life if I'm not living, if I'm not practicing what I preach? But I'm well-spoken. I know I'm smart. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I live a damn good life. Guys, I'm winning. I am winning. This is what I do all day, guys. I don't have a 9 to 5, guys. I don't punch a time clock. I make a very good living doing what I do. I don't have to go to work. This is my job. These bitches out here call me fat. They call me ugly. They tell me I have a 2-inch dick, and they're wrong because my dick is 3.5 inches. Get it right, bitches. 3.5 inches. They know goddamn well none of that shit is true. But here's what really burns them up. I'm one of the many black men out here who have some common sense, some education. I'm good looking. I take good care of myself. I'm intelligent, but I've chosen not to fuck with them anymore, and it pisses them off. Black women hate that shit. And niggas out here caping up for these bitches, just like V. Fravellian says, they are just envious ass jealous niggas. That's what they are. These niggas wish they could fuck the white girls I do. They wish they could have a blonde-haired white girl with a great ass who can cook. They wish they could have that. They wish they could be as fearless as I am. They wish they can only wish that they are not that they could be unafraid to throw hands with someone, get in a fight. I've been in a lot of fights, guys. I'm not afraid of physical confrontation. A lot of niggas out here are afraid to throw hands, man. And if you're living like that, you're a nigga that lives in fear. These niggas want to be me, and it pisses them off. I got niggas talking about you're a sellout for fucking white girls, knowing goddamn well they would sell out too if one of them paid attention. Let me just read a comment here. Speaking of which, this is some bullshit. Listen to this nonsense. George W. Biatch says, the pros and cons of pursuing a white girl, her daddy, her brothers, her uncles, her dog. Good luck to you, brothers, dealing with that. Nigga, fuck you. So all of those things you just listed as deterrents. Well, you want to go out there and fuck with black women? Nigga, shut the fuck up. You know goddamn well. Oh my God, man. Now, Thomas Postman says, I love your content, but everything you're saying... Oh, no, this is actually about Latinas. Okay. All right. Never mind. Thomas Postman. All right. Oh, Faladunk says, I co-sign on the cocaine. That shit is magical. Okay. Anyway. Black women hate me because they want me. Black men hate me because they want to be me. These simp-ass niggas who run in behind them, they hate me because they want to be Donovan Sharpe. Fuck them. Fuck y'all. Ralph Hayes. You know who the fuck you are. Hate those niggas, man. And the last and final reason why I catch heat, especially from black men, let's keep it real, guys, is because I'm light-skinned and I don't sound like I'm from the hood. Guys, check this out, man. People who think that colorism doesn't exist, they're dead wrong, guys. A lot of the reason that I catch a lot of hate is because of the way I talk and the way I look. Instantaneously, as soon as I'm on camera. Oh, that was Faladunk right there. That was you. Anyway, as soon as these niggas see me on camera, it doesn't matter what I'm talking about. Because I'm light-skinned and because I don't talk like I'm a fucking hood nigga, they instantly discount what I say. Because they assume that I don't have the same sensibilities as they do. They assume that I've never been unjustly arrested. They assume that I've never been the victim of institutional racism. They assume that I've never been railroaded by law enforcement. They assume that I've never been on the hood of a police car with handcuffed. They assume that I've never been in the back of a squad car. Unfounded. They assume I have no idea what it's like to be black in America just because I don't sound like or look like them. If that's not the most ick, man, it's because I'm light-skinned and I don't sound hood. These niggas hate my ass. These niggas want to be me, right? And now I sound intelligent. I give you two cases in point. Stephen Curry and Russell Wilson. There was an article right around this time last year, right before it was right before the start of the football season, that came out, and I forgot who wrote it, but Russell Wilson has always caught heat from his own teammates, right? He catches heat from Michael Bennett, Richard Sherman, all the mouthy niggas in that goddamn locker room. Marshawn, and I love all those guys. I love Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor. Fuck Michael Bennett. Like, fuck that nigga with the sickest one. That disingenuous lion-ass nigga, man. I do not like that dude. Anyway, he was always, and you guys can read this stuff too. Russell Wilson always caught heat from his football team because he wasn't black enough, right? He wasn't black enough. Well-spoken guy, good-looking guy, right? He's not black enough. He's corporate. He's not black enough. Caught too much heat. Let's call that what it is, man. It's because he doesn't look. It's because he has a lighter skin. He doesn't look like the typical African American. I think his mother was black. His father was something else. I don't know. I'm not up on this stuff. Russell Wilson is not 100% black. It's the same as Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods wasn't black enough for black America. Oh my God, Tiger Woods married a white girl. What did you thought Tiger Woods was going to marry Takasha from the block? Like, you honestly thought he was going to do that? Shout out to Scream with the $5 super chat. It says the black community favors dark-skinned men and light-skinned women. Okay. All right. Xanatos Clutch says those niggas from the Seattle locker room shamed him into simping for Sierra. You know what, man? I think you might be right, man. Because when Russell Wilson got with Sierra, I thought, dude, that is not him at all. Right? Anyway, Russell Wilson always catches heat because he's not black enough. Guess what? Stephen Curry, Aisha Curry, they catch heat from the black community too, right? Dude, guys like LeBron, dude, Stephen Curry is one of the most disliked players in the league as far as other players are concerned. You want to know why? And dude, NBA players won't say this out loud, but let's keep it real. Stephen Curry has suburban game. He has driveway game. He shoots threes. He doesn't have that aggressive Rucker Park, Philly, New York City type boy from the hood game. No. His father was Del Curry. Del Curry was one of the greatest shooters in NBA history until he had his kid, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry grew up in an affluent lifestyle. Beautiful mother. His wife, Aisha, is fucking gorgeous. She embraces being a mom. I mean, all that stuff. But the reason why Stephen Curry is not popular among NBA players is because they don't feel like he paid his dues. He didn't grow up in chaos. He didn't grow up in a single-parent home. He didn't grow up in the hood. So Stephen Curry catches a lot of that heat, right? Russell Wilson and Stephen Curry are seen as not black enough. That's how that is. This is why black men stay hating on Donovan Sharpe. Is because they don't think I'm black enough. They think that I have no idea what it's like to be racially profiled. They think I have no idea what it's like to be black in America. Stupid ass niggas, man. Unbelievable. If you have questions, comments, show ideas, or a personal story you'd like to share, send all of those to Donovan Sharpe, ROK@gmail.com. That is Donovan Sharpe, ROK@gmail.com. 155 people watching on the big channel. Appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate the support. Subscribe to Donovan's Den. $5 a month on Patreon. Gentlemen, I added episode 195 on Patreon today. Just like I said, I left it up for 48 hours to avoid any undue pressure from the black woman community. They flagged down Minister Jap's channel. Obsidian lost the channel. Like a bunch of black YouTubers are always... Black male YouTubers losing their channel strictly because of black women. I don't want to put myself in that. Shout out to Hayashida Hayes says, damn Sharpe, you are draining my money. Black people who don't sound hood fight wars on two fronts, from blacks and everyone else, bruh. Man, this is the way it's been my whole life, man. Like, in the black community, I'm not black enough, and in the white community, I'm black. Don't feel sorry for me, man. Shout out to Hayashida. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that was two for... Okay, never mind. Shout out to Philida Funk with the $10 super chat. Philida Funk was the guy who co-signs on the cocaine. He said that shit's magical. Oh, my God, dude. I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm going to do a series on Patreon called The Cocaine Chronicles of Donovan Sharpe, man. God, dude, that's some wild fucking times on cocaine. And by the way, if you ever do blow, you are horny as fuck, but your dick doesn't work, man. Dude, listen, remember when Lamar Odom damn near died at the Bunny Ranch? Because he did a bunch of blow and took a bunch of Viagra. That's why he almost died. He could not get it up. Shout out to Nathan Francis with the $5 super chat. Says, hard truths must be spoken. Could not agree more, my friend. Could not agree more. Let's take another look at the towers. Shout out to One Titans with the $5 super chat. Says, you have no idea how much I get you. Same age, same background. How about that? You know what's funny, man? When O'Shea first approached me with this opportunity to come to the other side of the manosphere, the black manosphere, as he coined it, I was concerned about the fact that I would not be received as well as I have. Strictly for the 4 reasons, or for reason number 4, I didn't think I was black enough, man. I told him, I said, look, man, like, I'm a good writer and I'm a good speaker, but starting a podcast, I don't know how much credibility I'm going to have because I just don't look like, I'm a black guy, right? But I don't look or sound black enough. Like, I just didn't. And I didn't want my credibility. I was really concerned about my credibility. I really was. And I wanted to help change men's lives for sure. But by the same token, I wanted you guys to buy into what I was talking about. You know, I thought that because I didn't look or sound black enough that people wouldn't take me seriously. Well, thank God I was wrong. And yes, there are some ignorant ass niggas out there who absolutely discount what I say because I'm not, quote, black enough. But it's very good to see. I'm very, very pleased that thankfully for me, I underestimated the black community, man, and this is my fault, man. Again, this is what I've been through with black people my whole life. So I assumed that the YouTube community out here was the same way. Fortunately for me, I was wrong. You guys have single-handedly supported me throughout this endeavor. And I will be forever grateful for all of the support, man. I really will. No, that's not me crying. I actually have a stuffy nose here. So, I definitely... Listen, Ozzy411 says haters everywhere. Absolutely. Be Real says Viagra is your friend. Yes, so is Cialis, actually. Cialis is really good. If you want to declare war on a woman's vagina, take Cialis. Take Cialis. Very good. That's going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Shout out to Carlos Jean, KJ Stinkmeter, 18 Wills, Brian Washington, Anti-Gravity 74, Hayashida Hayes, Charles Faulkner Jr., Scream, Philip Funk, One Titans, Kevin Ibanez, for all of your donations. See you guys in 72 and 1/2 hours.